Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bleeding Blue podcast. It's your host, Ryan, and then also the other Ryan, too. The lesser, not as good Ryan.
Oh,
But no, I'm jokes, obviously. But big week we just had. Weekend, insane. Obviously, I'll just say right away, OHTANI's not a J. We'll get into it, but he's not a J. It sucks. It's too bad. We can cry about it if we want to, or we could just fucking beat them and make in the World Series. That would be sick though. If there was like a Dodgers Blue Jays World Series, and it's like this is what you missed out on, OHTANI. You still will never win, but it's too bad. But yeah. Before we get into all that, we got to talk about this Leafs week. This was a great fucking week for the Leafs. I mean, they played incredible. I thought this is the way they should be playing. This is the what year? 2021, 2022 Leafs. Like 53 wins, like just incredible offense. Offense was great and defense was great this week, like all around. What do you say?
Oh, 100%. I liked the Ottawa game was good, but like we kind of struggled a little bit with the ending there.
Yeah.
Going into overtime. Oh wait, no, it wasn't overtime. Sorry. We were up a couple goals and then they got a couple and
You're up 4-2
close ending.
Yeah, 6-4.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game and then Saturday was amazing. Amazing game. Matthews showed up, big guys were scoring points. Nylander
Good D, good good, just like rough, good blue or Leafs defense. That was one thing for me. I was like noticing, like obviously when you shut out a team, it's all you gotta give props to the defense. So and our goalie too, Sammy was electric that game. But if we talk about game one, yeah, the first game was like obviously 4-3. You still won though. Who was it that scored in game one? I'm trying to think.
I think Nylander scored the fourth one. That's right. I remember that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, but it was
It was Nylander. Check the box score. Nylander, Yarncrow, Kampf, Marner, Nylander.
No, Marner's been he got the first goal, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been I think you're right though. He has been listening to the pod. Like
100% he has.
That's why he's been playing so good.
He's on a burner account on YouTube and he just subbed to the channel and just has been taking notes from us, making sure that we're listening
to our critiques, because obviously we do have a stronger knowledge than the players do. So we know
because we know everything, right?
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, that was definitely a good game. Obviously, it was just I feel like as the weeks have gone on though, like last week it was like, yeah, you're all right, like because we won two. Well, it was like both overtime, extra games, and then this game, and then the week before we were fucking ass. We were terrible. We lost two games. But no, this week was a great week. And then if you go into game two, though, game two was a great game, though, I would say. Like
100%. Yeah, it was
because so first off, like I would say I was very happy that we beat Nashville though. Reeves or O'Reilly was, he didn't do much that game at all.
No, not really. Shen was back too, but he got that interference penalty. That's the only thing I really saw from him.
Yeah.
That game. Yeah, because I feel like it was a good win because we lost in overtime to them earlier in the year. So I felt like it was a good, revenge win. Get back on them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was thinking one player though that like stood out, not the player of the game though, I would say. We'll talk about that in a minute, but McCabe, bro, your Uncle Jake.
Uncle Jake. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was.
We're not actually related, but yes, I call him Uncle Jake because it's funny.
No, he was great. He played awesome. Like big hit. Who was it on?
I think it was Evangelista.
Yeah.
His name is.
Yeah.
Like there was so funny because I remember watching the game and earlier they were talking about how like the guy we hit was he's a hometown guy. He's from Oakville and like all his family's there and he just gets absolutely bodied. It's great.
That was the most embarrassing, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. but I was just that hit reminds me of the Pacioretty hit when he got injured. When they add, you know how like those boards they
Yeah.
have like the padding on it, so like if you get hit, like you don't get hurt by the glass. Before they added that, Pacioretty got hit, and there was no padding there, and he got injured. So
I've
they
been hit
added
like
that.
that, bro. I've definitely back when I played like hockey, I had let me tell you a story here. I got hit that exact same way, basically.
Really,
So some guy like I was terrible at hitting. Like I just could not hit. And so I remember it was like it was into the penalty box though, but you know, the penalty boxes in the NHL they have boards in like a plastic glass or whatever you call it,
yeah.
blocking like so you don't get in. But whereas this one, it's like it's just a door that you open, little like yeah, just push door, and the entire like visibility. There's nothing there covering it, protecting it, so you could
Mhm.
go flying into it. So basically, that's what
Yeah.
happened to me. And I remember, so I'm going in, and people who are watching this on YouTube will see I'm racing down with the puck. Somebody just comes in, and for some reason, my back turns this way, and I go right into it, and then my back folds like that. I was fine, but I remember my coach. I came off the ice. He's like, "Are you all right? Like you look like you folded into a
Yeah.
lawn chair." And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm okay." But it's more embarrassing, obviously, getting hit like
Yeah.
than the actual pain. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, no, I was. It was definitely not. I felt his misery there for
Yeah,
sure.
you got right back up, which is good. But like
Yeah,
I just reminds me of that Pacioretty hit, which was absolutely brutal. I remember that.
he was
That was
out
a
for a while,
bad
bro.
that yeah,
Like,
it was. He was, yeah. That was back when he was on Montreal. That was a
yeah,
bad hit, man.
jeez, yeah. No, you don't see too many injuries like that or hits.
No, no, you rarely see a hit like that.
Oh, it's just so dangerous, man. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is.
how long was his penalty for? Was
It
it just
was, yeah, it was 2011. So this
yeah,
was a while back. Like
yeah?
it was Chara who hit him actually.
Oh,
It was they were playing
of
Boston.
all people. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, he got like a stretcher brought out for him. Like it was really bad, man.
Yeah, that is.
I'm just pulling it up again just to watch it because I haven't. Oh my god, yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
no.
that was worse than the McCabe one, but yeah, he would like literally, yeah, Char like pushed him in, and like it hit like there was no padding there, no
Jeez.
padding, so it's just straight glass. He hit his face in.
Yeah, no. And
Yeah,
then
those are
obviously they
dangerous,
got
man.
into a fight with
Dangerous
McCabe.
plays.
I don't know who it was.
Um, no, I can't remember, but yeah, like the thing is, he got a
We have
he got
to.
a penalty for it, like for instigating, like fighting. That was a clean hit. It was a clean hit.
Yeah,
It wasn't late or anything. Like I don't know why. I guess it's nice for your teammate to step up for you, but like to get a penalty for that is kind of bullshit, in my opinion.
yeah. Well, I mean, it is nice to have your teammates step up for you because especially when we look back at that. Who was it that got hit? Marchand hit. Um, who was it? It was when Bertuzzi was like laughing on the bench when just after uh, Marner hit. I don't know if it was the goalie or somebody. Do you remember
Hmm.
this? Or not Marner, Marchand, Brad Marchand. Do you remember that
No, I can't
against
remember.
Boston?
Was that recent?
Yeah, it was recent against Boston. He got hit like super hard. Somebody got hit super hard, and like Bertuzzi's just like laughing on the bench at Marchand
Oh,
because yeah, no,
the
it was
only hit I can remember on
nobody
Marchand is that
nobody
slew
came up
foot
and
on
defended.
Lilligren.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was another one of those shitty hits. But
Yeah,
anyway, no, it was a great game though too. Great
yeah,
game to watch as well. And then you watched, and then yeah, yesterday did you watch the Bills game though?
I sure did, and that was like the first half. So we'll do a Bills segment here.
Yeah, no, I
Usually
was
don't
gonna
do it.
say
If you guys don't know, the viewers, I'm a big Bills fan, like super fan. Like I've been to multiple Bills games, die hard. So obviously the Bills played the Chiefs yesterday, who are rivals. I wouldn't say they're really rivals because the Chiefs kind of have them in the playoffs, but the
yeah.
Bills do beat them once in a while. But
Well, they beat them both last
yeah,
year.
yeah, they beat them in the regular season, but when it counts in the playoffs, it's a different story. But
Yeah,
first half was great. Bills were moving the ball well. Allen was passing really well. Running the ball,
yeah,
and then second half, like usual, we kind of slack off, and let them dictate, and Mahomes was playing well. The Chiefs offense was kind of clicking. Both teams were getting stops. It was kind of ho-hum. The fourth quarter rolls around towards the end. This crazy play happens. So Mahomes throws the ball to Kelsey. Kelsey runs for a little bit. Then he laterals it back to Kadarius Toney, and he runs in for the touchdown. But there was a flag before that, and they called offensive offside, which rarely happens
I know, yeah.
in any football game. I think they only called it twice last year, and they've called it 11 times this year. So they've kind of like, have looked
They're
at it a
starting
bit
to enforce
more.
that rule a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you can clearly see in the replay that he is way over. You can't even see the ball getting snapped while you're looking at the TV. You can kind of see the ball,
That's
but
like
like
on Mahomes' side.
the line judge who's looking at him, you can't even see the ball.
Yeah.
Like he's so far over the line of scrimmage, like it's not even funny, right? And it's good that the refs noticed that and threw the flag before he even threw the pass, which was good, so they could bring it back. But what I love so much is the fact that Mahomes and Andy Reid were getting pissed off at the refs for making the right call.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea why they were getting pissed off at the refs for making the right call. They said like Mahomes, I think Mahomes said, you got to let us play, which makes absolutely no sense because what if that happened to Allen and like the Bills? I don't think they'd be reacting this way. I think they'd accept like
Yeah.
if that was like Diggs or something, if Stephon Diggs was offside, right? But the thing is though, Tony admitted earlier today, that he didn't check with the refs because usually when you're lining up as a wide receiver before the play, you usually go to the line judge and say, "Am I good? Right? Am I over the line or if I'm past
Yeah.
it?" Usually the ref tells you, back up if you're over it or like you're good, you're good. But he didn't check at all with them. And there was parts like before that even play, he was offside 4 times before that, like the same exact way he was in that play. Like
Mhm.
it was not just that one play when he was offside; it was the whole time. So I think that's a disgrace that Mahomes and Reed acted that way, saying that the refs made the
Yeah.
wrong call.
Is that the most
Like,
angry you've seen Mahomes?
oh, 100%. I like
Really?
he rarely lashes out. Yeah. He
Really?
obviously he'd get pissed off at
Where
like,
I've seen him.
himself or
Maybe it's because I watched that quarterback documentary or whatever it's called, where he gets pretty pissy.
yeah, but that was like because he was injured and they had to bring him back to the tent because they had to check on him if he had an injury.
Yeah.
But
I didn't
that
know.
like
I thought he was a bit of a blabbermouth like that. I thought he was.
he is at sometimes, but like I've never seen him lash out like that. Like I had respect for Mahomes, obviously because
You
he's one
have
of the
to.
best
Yeah.
player. He's one of the best players. Even though I hate his guts, I still have respect for him
You
because
just hate him because he's on the
he's
Kansas
one of the
City.
top. Yeah, but he's like a top caliber player in the NFL. But like I lost all respect for him after that.
Really?
Most of it, yeah, because the way he reacted, not because he was pissed off, but like the fact that they're mad that the refs made the right call, like especially Andy Reid. Andy Reid, and a very experienced coach, 15 to 20 years in the NFL coaching, head coach at the top level. He's getting mad that the refs make the wrong call is blasphemy to me. That makes me
Yeah.
so mad. But I
No.
was also happy because Chiefs lose. It's a great day for me. Bills win.
No,
I
it
can't
was
be mad.
good. No, that was a good game. I thought I thought it was done. I was fucking like, this again, man, with
Yeah.
fucking Kelsey with his, if that would have been incredible. If that was,
Oh, 100%.
it would have been,
I even said after, I'm like, that's one of the best plays I've ever seen because they've obviously practiced that. They obviously practiced that before the game. That was a setup. It wasn't like Kelsey just saw Tony wide open and he just threw it back to him. They obviously probably had it set up in
yeah,
practice for that to happen. And I'm just I'm just glad that the refs made the right call, man, because usually they miss those kind of things in the NFL. Usually they miss those kind of calls, and at the end of the game, every fan gets pissed off, like, oh, they made this shit call, but now they made the right call, and I'm glad that the NFL is picking up on that. So
fair,
it's good.
yeah.
It's fair on the refs' part. Not too happy about Mahomes and Reed getting pissed off at it. Just lost a lot of respect for me, but Personally, I thought it was a great game on both sides. I thought both teams played well, but also played like shit at sometimes. Like a lot of, especially on like Bills side of things, like play calling and time management were a big problem
Yeah.
towards the end of the game. Um, Obviously, because Allen was getting like very confused with the play calling. I saw it at the end of the first half. Like he was looking at I don't know if it was McDermott or like maybe his quarterback coach or something. He was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like you could see in his face, like they did a close up on him. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" Right.
Mm.
So I feel like McDermott's got to like, you know, fix those, fine tune those kind of things because we got a big Bills got a big game coming up next week against Dallas, who
Whew.
played amazing
Yeah,
last
no,
night against
big fan of the
Philadelphia.
Eagles last night.
Yeah, so they gotta focus on those things next week because it's gonna be it's
Yeah, you got to play better than
because if they lose then it's gonna be tough trying to get back in the playoff picture because there's 6 teams with the same record
yeah.
trying to find a spot. So
See what
I
happens.
don't know. It was a good week. It was a good weekend for my sports
Toronto,
teams.
yeah, this
Yeah,
area of sports.
yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, let's move on to then player of the week. Then let's
Okay.
talk a new segment we were talking about. Ryan came up with it, not this Ryan, the other Ryan.
Yeah.
Came up with this idea that we're gonna do player of the week for the Leafs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with the Jays, they're not doing anything. You're just yeah. I mean, Ross Atkins can be the loser of the week. Just kidding. I love Ross Atkins. I know you don't. Well, but no.
Might discuss that later, but we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'll go first. I'll say
Yeah,
my.
go ahead. Go ahead. Set it off.
I'm gonna go. It's been a while since Sammy has been good, and I'm gonna go with Ilya Samsonov with shutout. That was great. You always love your goalie shutout. He made that game a nice, clean game, and I could have gone with Joseph Wall, but because he had a great game, got injured.
Yeah.
They put him what's his name, Matt Jones or whatever.
Martin Jones
Martin
brought in
Jones.
for the last 9 minutes. He
Yeah,
played solid too.
yeah. No, he did.
Stopped 9 out of 10 and needed to stop
Fair
needed to
enough.
stop as much as he could. And
But yeah, no,
well,
Samsonov was great. I'm gonna give him
yeah,
his props. You know, he finally he's starting to. I think it's starting to click. Obviously,
yeah.
they didn't get too many shots like against the Predators. Like it was pretty dominant like offensively by the Leafs that game. Just a lovely game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. But no, Sammy was fucking incredible. No.
Yep. I like that pick. I didn't have Sammy personally, but I definitely give him an honorable mention because he only played the one game, but he did play solid. Like no flashy anything saves, just solid throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Personally, this is kind of like a sleeper one that I kind of had.
Okay.
He doesn't really get talked about because he's he's a newer guy coming into the defense. I got Max Lajoie for my
Max.
player of the week. Kind of like
Okay.
an underrated. He wasn't involved in many of the goals scored. I don't know what his plus minus was the last
Fair
couple
enough.
games.
Yeah.
But he was quietly solid. Like only gave up 3 goals the whole week.
Yeah. Not terrible.
Yeah, he was +1 throughout the weekend. So he was only on the the ice for the 1 goal on Saturday. But he was solid defensively. I felt he played really well. No mistakes that I saw, at least when I was watching the games. I had him. Yeah, so I was thinking like because obviously lots of guys are injured, so he's playing. He has an opportunity to come in and prove his point that he should be in the lineup. So I think that when Gio and like Liljegren when they come back, I think he should be in that spot for the third line
Okay. Yeah.
with like Timmins, maybe like pair him with Timmins as the third line, third defenseman line. I think that would be a good pairing because he was playing really solid. Another guy I thought just like, just because I was kind of hating on him the last couple episodes. I thought Ryan Reeves was playing well in these last 2 games. Because Kampf and Robertson on that fourth line. There, Kampf had a couple goals this on Saturday and
Yeah.
Thursday. So I thought Reeves was on the ice with him. So I think he had a couple assists over the last couple games. So he was playing good on the forecheck. So I liked Reeves. I like Reeves this week.
Who
Those
do
two
you think
players
has
I
to-
felt kind of like
yeah.
underrated. Not talked as much as the big four on the Leafs. So
Yeah.
I gave them the props this week.
Who's gotta pick it up then?
What's that?
Who's gotta pick it up then? Who's gotta
What, player of the week? Oh, who's got to pick it up? Oh,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Max Domi. I don't know. I feel like he's just like
he's been all right.
he got a goal last weekend against Boston, but like
Yeah.
he's getting chances, but you just can't put him away, right? I
Yeah.
just feel like he's getting there, but he's just got to put them away. You know what I mean?
I'll tell
Maybe
you,
tonight or Tuesday he might step up against the New York teams, but we'll see. I thought he just needs to just
yeah.
up it up a little bit.
I think Bertuzzi's gotta
Yeah, that's another. I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
yeah, he's gotta figure it out. I mean, I thought he was gonna be way better than he is this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
It's
Yeah.
too bad. Like I
The
mean,
the two signings that we bring in.
he had that one awesome year with Detroit, but yeah, it's like, or I guess he had a couple of good years. He was with Detroit, right?
Yeah, he was with Detroit for a couple, and then he was with Boston last year.
He didn't play that
Obviously,
much.
he was the shining moment. He was a shining uh teammate with them because they had the good year and he was putting in points. He was on like the second line with I think Krejci and I forgot who the other winger was, but like he was obviously playing with really good players, so
Yeah.
he was stacking up points. But yeah, just like the two signings, just two new signings this year. Hopefully, towards the end when we come towards the playoffs, maybe they step it up a little bit, but just create and capitalize on those chances. I think they'd they'd move into the play of the week for
Yeah,
next
they
week.
might go on a hot streak. You never know, because that
Yeah.
always happens with players. Like hopefully, one of them will just go on a hot streak and keep it going, not have to rely so much, not be so top heavy like this team is, which is
Mm-hmm.
not a problem, but because it's obviously showing that it works. But yeah, now let's get into some baseball talk. It's been a sad week. It's been
It
a
is.
rough week for people. I'll just start by breaking it down. Like, so we didn't land OHTANI. We didn't get him. Did you honestly think that we were gonna get him? Tell me
Dude,
the truth.
when John Morosi put that tweet out, I was laughing, bro. I was so happy. I'm like, dude, this guy's actually might sign. I
For
thought
me,
that flight was actually a real thing. Like I actually thought that he was flying over here.
for
And then as time goes on, we see more people saying like, nope, he's still in California. He's not coming to Toronto. And then I had my doubts.
so that entire day was like a shit show. Like
Yeah,
from the beginning, I get it. So I get a tweet. I'm on Twitter like crazy. So I'm on.
same here.
I'm scrolling through everything. I'm retweet or just like scrolling down, just making sure re-uploads, re-updates. And so I get a tweet or like some article from Dodger Nation that says Otani is a Blue Jay. He has made his decision. So I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. And this guy says I am a reliable source. I mean, what does this guy have? I don't know. I thought from there, like it seemed so convincing. And that was when I was like, holy shit, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen tonight. Didn't happen tonight. Next day, I'm like, I'm looking on my phone, just see it's over. Like tweets like by a bunch of Blue Jays fans. It's like it's over. I was like, what? And then this guy signs for 700 million. Otani, man, we don't even want you. We don't want you. You're a loser. You're such a loser. Like honestly, like I can't believe this guy. Like it thought like, ah, just fucked with me so
So
much. Like, I feel like
it's so
such an idiot.
funny. It's so funny. Oh my
I
god.
felt like such an idiot, bro. I felt like the biggest idiot after it too, because
The way I found out was you texted me. You texted me, I'm tying to the Dodgers, and I'm like, great.
of course,
I
I mean,
literally I
what
literally
else do you
yelled out.
expect? What else do you expect? Like
Uh,
Otani to the Cincinnati Reds? No, it's it was always going to be the Dodgers, and I convinced myself that no, he's going to come to the Jays, and he doesn't come to the Jays. It would have been insane. Just think about how incredible it would have been if Otani was a Jay. It would have been. It's like Kawhi. That's what they compare it to. It's like Kawhi coming
no,
to
he's bigger than Kawhi. Bigger than
bigger.
Kawhi.
Yeah, it would
Bigger
have
than
been the
him.
biggest signing, like more over anything. Like I was going berserk, like when we signed Chris Bassett a couple years last year. Chris Bassett, like that's one guy who's good, but he's not. He's great
Not
actually. I love
Otani.
him. I love him. He's a great pitcher. But Otani is godly level. But
Yep.
now because he's a Dodger, he's gonna be smushed between Betts and Freeman, and who gives a shit at that point? And he's a DH too. I don't even think he's gonna pitch anymore. I honestly don't think he's gonna pitch. So I don't know why he signed with when he could have had a lot more fun hanging out with Vladdy and Bo and John Schneider and getting loony dogs. Like fuck Dodger dogs, get a bitch. Like
Looney
come
dog.
on, like
No, like I see your point, man. Like after I found out
the
the
whole
news, like
country supporting you. I don't know why.
I was so pissed off. Like we were this close. I felt like we were this close. Like I felt like we were so
Apparently, we
close to
matched
getting
his
him.
deal. That's what.
Yeah,
That's
like I saw like our deal was matched. Like it was pretty close. I think we probably gave him less though. Like maybe like 50 million less. That was my thinking. I feel like the Jays maybe a little underbidded the contract, but I think either way, I think he would have stayed there.
well, yeah. The whole
Stayed in LA.
rumor apparently was that I mean, you think they were used as leverage, the Jays?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's looking like. I mean, why wouldn't you, man? Like, but at the same time, it goes to show that like his camp's kind of scummy. Like they're just like they're using the Jays, like going to the Florida, trying to scare the Dodgers into paying Otani more money. I don't know. It kind of it just made me feel sick to my stomach. Like
Yeah.
just like all you care about is you just like Blue Jays fans are some of the greatest fans in the entire world, and I don't think people realize that. And that can make us go into our next discussion.
Yeah.
About so John Hyman or Heyman, whatever, released an article about how Otani only makes sense to be a Dodger. Sorry, Blue Jays fans, and I'll read his quote, which made me so fucking mad. Like, and just be proud to be a Canadian too. First of
Did
all,
he put this on his Twitter?
he put this on in the New York Post as an
Oh,
article.
really?
Yes, so he tweeted out.
Okay.
So he's a baseball insider.
Oh,
So
I see it. I see it.
he tweeted out the infamous arson judge to the Giants last year. Um, so and mistweeted it, and Judge didn't even go to the Giants, of course. So he said I'm actually here today to praise Shohei, who in the end did the right thing by signing with the long favored, consistently excellent, and historically relevant at Los Angeles Dodgers. So at least we will now be able to continue to follow his career. No offense to the Toronto Blue Jays, rumored in the final days to be making progress, but this is so much better for the Major League Baseball. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, what do you mean it's better for no matter where he goes, he will be popular. It just goes to show that Richard just get richer, rich get richer. That's what's happening here with Otani to the Dodgers. And it's kind of annoying, bro. And the same thing with Soto to the Yankees. And I've heard this from a bunch of people how it's just so top heavy. It's so top heavy when you look at the Dodgers and the Yankees, and just the fact that how are teams supposed to compete? It's that's the whole idea of like a salary.
I've seen many things over the week, like since he got signed, like these past couple of days, of like how I can't remember if it was the Marlins or another team in the MLB. Their payroll is less than Otani's contract. I think the Marlins are paying their whole team 675 million. Their whole franchise.
Yeah, I know.
Paying 675 million. The Arizona Coyotes,
I saw
their whole franchise as a whole is less than Otani's contract. A whole fucking a whole major league North American franchise less than that fucking contract.
Yeah,
that is fucking ridiculous.
It's and he's just a DH though too. Who knows if he's gonna?
He's not pitching next year. He's only batting for $700 million.
And that's also like what if Otani bats like 240 and hits 20 home runs, something like that? Like it's just like he's shit. Like he's past his prime. You paid 10 years, man. He's gonna be fucking 40 years old by the end of this contract. He'll probably be traded to another team because he's He's not good. Who knows? I mean, who knows? He is a good player. He's
Speaking
very.
of contracts,
And
something came out today that is very interesting.
so
I
yes,
don't even know if this. I don't even know if this is legal. Which it is legal, like obviously because it's happening. But so basically, what I saw is that all the 10 years, the first 10 years of his contract, he'll be only getting paid 20 million of his 700. So that means that after his 10 years, he structured it so that he's only getting 2 million a year while he's playing for the Dodgers. After those 10 years, he is then getting paid 68 million fucking dollars a year. Not even to play for them. After he plays for them. For 10 straight years, he's getting paid $68 million. How fucking ridiculous is that?
there's got to be
I
something.
need your thoughts. I
There's
need your
like
thoughts.
something so screwed up about that is because now that like you should when like I feel like there should be some not a con like a almost like a not a punishment but like a consequence or like something that happens when you spend this much money because it just becomes unfair at that point. So
Yeah.
you're gonna pay it's almost hacking the system because he's $2 million. This makes it so their farm system can continue to blossom. They don't have to worry about. They can still sign big players and contracts.
Yeah.
It's so cheap. It's so messed up. Like because you look at like why didn't they? You're like okay, why we should have just done that with all the contracts, and then when they're retired, then we can pay them.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you're gonna see more teams.
Oh,
You're
100%.
gonna see teams do this like
Multiple teams are
crazy.
gonna do it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to think. Patrick Mahomes recently, we were just talking about him earlier. With his contract, he got paid. I can't remember if it was last year, the year before. He got paid. I think it was like 500 million over 10. It was like a 10. I don't know. It wasn't 10 years. It was a large contract.
Yeah.
And after the first year, they restructured it so that he's getting less money, but like he's getting paid for more years. So they kind of like restructured in that way so
Well,
that they could have more salary cap for the NFL
I mean,
for
this
their
is the
team,
thing
right?
that happens a lot. Like you look at like not all contract. Like Kikuchi's contract is a good example of that. Like he's only getting paid. I think he's not getting. First year he got paid like 16, and then this year he got paid like I'm not sure how exactly it is,
Yeah,
but
they kind of fuck
they
around with how much
move it
money they get each
around
year.
so you can balance your payroll a little
Yeah,
bit, and so it doesn't fluctuate. Because this year, like they've Jays have cut off like a ton of payroll because of like Merrifield. He's not a J. He's not going to be a J.
no,
Um, who else? Like Belt, Kiermaier.
Kiermaier. Yeah,
Yeah, they're not going to be Jays. Chapman, I don't know. I feel like Chapman's coming back for some reason, but I'm probably just going to end up being fucking wrong, seeing as I thought Otani would have been a J. Like
it's just so funny because I'm just thinking about it. Like, imagine if it went the other way and like we actually signed him. This conversation would be completely different.
so the conversation would have been incredible. This I would have
Yeah,
been so happy and so excited to
yeah.
talk about. Oh, it's
What would
gonna
happen in the future?
Springer, Bo, Otani, and Vlad in that top four. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. I know
Yeah,
Vlad's gonna have a bounce back year. We don't even know now. Like I mean,
yeah.
he's apparently
And
he's
you're saying like, oh, I hate Otani, I hate Otani, and
no,
then if
I
it
do
went the other
no.
way around, it'd be like Jesus for you,
No, he's. I mean, like he didn't come to
be
the
the
Jays, so
savior.
why should I like him? Why? What reason do I don't like him? I'm so happy that he's a Dodger. No, I'm not happy that he's a Dodger. Dodger
Well,
is the most boring team to go to. I know you have Mookie and Freddie Freeman. They're good. I'm just more. I mean, I guess I'm happy that he's not in our division. You don't have to play him. I don't have to see him all the time.
yeah.
Except April 26th to 28th. Don't
Is that when they're over here?
I gotta get tickets for that game. We gotta get tickets for that game. Boom.
Yeah,
Big signs
yeah.
say screw
We
us.
got to go to the. We got to go to the. We got to be right under the Dodgers dugout.
They're both. Oh yeah, bro. Yes, exactly. Yeah, like they're in the bleacher creatures. It'd be like the Yankees. But yeah, no, it was. I was. I wrote down in my notes, low key hate Otani. I
Low key hate Otani. That's good. I'm just looking at the ticket prices right now. 500s are like $50.
jeez. They used to be like
200s are like 130.
Not as bad as Leafs game. But yeah.
No.
You know what just really pissed me off is like you start to see how these reporters and these Blue Jay or baseball insiders really do not like they kind of just don't like Canada. Like it seems like they're
No.
like just against they don't like the fact that there's like a baseball team in Canada, and like they're saying like it would have been terrible for the sport if Otani would have been a J. Like no, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, because no one in America wants to come up here and promote the Jays or anything
None of
in
the
any related.
insiders do. There's players, you know, I respect the shit out of Bassett and Gosman. And Gosman tweeted out today, like,
Mm-hmm.
what a guy. He said, I don't know if he saw,
No,
he
I didn't know.
he tweeted out something saying just like how he's like hearing a lot of hate about Canada. People don't know, people who don't haven't been here really don't know what it's like. And
Yeah.
it's one of the best places to play, one of the
Mm-hmm.
best fans, which I mean, Jays fans, like, it's ridiculous. Like, there was over I worked there last year, so I
Yeah.
know exactly what it's like for people to be there, and it's sold out basically every day. Like Looney Dogs Day, it's like they fucking eaten 80,000 hot dogs, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like they're not that it really matters, but but it was like it's still, man. It's I working there. You see so many people love the game of baseball, a variety of people. It's one of the best places to be because there are so many people that love the sport, and I honestly think like I think it's like one of the only teams in baseball that has fans like day in and day out. It's basically sold out. Like
Yeah.
you don't see that often, especially for baseball. Like you've seen empty. You see the Oakland A's. Obviously, they're a different team, but like even like
Yeah.
Baltimore or like Minnesota, it does not get.
You
It's not as
see, Detroit, they play games in like Tuesday afternoons when people are like working. There's like not even 1,000 people watching those games.
I know.
I barely see anyone. Like when I see highlights online, like it's like a Tuesday afternoon in like in like May.
Yeah,
Like no one's going. No, I'm sorry, but no one's unless it's like a school day. Like let's go to the Tigers game. Like
that's how
no
it
one's going
usually
to a
is.
1 o'clock Tigers game in the middle of May. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's too
that's not
bad.
happening.
And that's the thing because because like you see like on Sunday Night Baseball when they have that when Fox does that, it's either going to be a team from like L.A. or New York. It's the Mets for some
Yeah,
reason. I kept seeing constantly on Sunday Night Football or Sunday Night Baseball. I'd see the Mets playing. I was like, nobody cares about the Mets. They're not even doing well this year. Why do you have them on Sunday Night Baseball?
yeah,
Obviously, because it's
a big
sales.
market.
And there was a thing with Paulie, like the broadcasting company for a
Mhm.
lot of the baseball is like going under. Apparently, I might be wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's a
Oh
bunch of
shit.
teams that are having to cut down their salary, and now like it's just it's so top heavy, man. It's so like it's so shitty how like it's been like this for the longest time. You've seen
Yeah,
Moneyball, you know what it's like,
yeah,
but yeah, it's too bad, man. I think people say it's great for the sport. Maybe I'm just being a bitter Jays fan who wanted Otani, wanted him to play for this
yeah.
team. I think it would have been really
It
cool.
definitely will change. It definitely will change the way players are signed, though. Like how much. I don't know how much Soto is the Soto contract like.
No, he has to go to arbitration. That's not
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't know like the future of baseball. Like I feel like every sport.
I mean, do you
Like
think
the thing is with baseball is there's no salary cap. NFL there's salary cap. NHL there's a salary cap. Basketball there's a salary cap.
basketball there's a salary cap?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I think recently. I think that I think it's. I'm not sure if it's always been like that, but I think like recently, like I've known that there's been a
You
salary
think
cap. But
there's
like
different one?
baseball and like soccer, like European football, like
But
there's no
soccer's so
salary cap.
different though, man, because it's like there's so many different leagues too, and I
Yeah,
mean, like with baseball, it's just yeah,
it's just the
I
one. It's just the one league, right? It's
yeah,
just that's all.
and
That's
like you're right, you can get like super top heavy baseball teams or soccer teams. Like
yeah,
what was that? What was that? Uh, Real Madrid was it that?
Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Yeah,
Manchester United.
Yeah.
We're not even going into my team. We won't even talk about them.
Yeah, no,
because
I don't
they're
even want to
just
go
they're
into soccer because it's
no,
so
we don't.
boring to
Yeah,
sport anyway. But but yeah, no, I was pretty disappointed, man. I was like, this could have been something so cool. And
yeah.
but yeah, who do you think we're gonna sign then?
I think we'll get Bellinger.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, we have to get someone. Like it's going to be a huge disappointment if we don't get at least one like relatively big
I'm okay with
signing.
Bellinger. Like I've
Yeah.
like
I saw recently like his fiance or girlfriend posted something like on Instagram like
he's a
the CN
model, so maybe
Tower.
he's just doing something in Toronto. Like
Yeah, but like it's always the some bullshit. So like I'd like Bellinger. I'd like Chapman to come back.
Jorge Soler would
Soler
like
would be nice. Yeah, apparently Yamamoto is rumored to come to the Jays. Apparently he's looking
he's
everywhere,
gonna
right?
be Yankee.
He's rumored everywhere. Um, he could go like I think he might go to the Red Sox. I think that's where he might go with Yoshida because he's looking to play with other Japanese players, right? He's looking for
I mean, he could come,
Japanese
yeah.
players
The
because
Kikuchi man. I mean, he's
Kikuchi's
not,
here,
but I
so
think the Jays are bigger in trade talks. That's the one thing. I
yeah.
think that's a big thing. So I think like there's gonna be some deal for like Christian Yelich or something like that. That's what I could see like happening.
I don't like Yelich.
You don't like he had a good
I'm not a
year.
fan.
He didn't have an insane year, but he had a good year this past year. He's kind of old. He's starting to get old though, and his contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with Yelich, but I think there's going to be some trading with the Brewers because they're a Bali sports broadcasting team, or they come from them. So,
Okay.
and I know they're trying to trim a ton of money, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Yelich trade or something like that.
Yeah, like Soler would be nice. Yeah, some like big batters. Like I like Teos, like I mentioned in the first podcast, like Teoscar or Lourdes to come
I,
back.
I would I would not have a problem with Teoscar coming back. Lord is
Yeah.
out, but Teoscar has a little bit more power, and I think the Barrio brothers or whatever the that's what Barrios calls them, the bear or the because they're all from like that part of they're all from like the islands like Dominican and Puerto Rico and everything.
Right.
They're all they all love each other, so
They're
like
all
he's
homies.
in that corner. And if Teoscar was back, vibes would be immaculate. But it's too bad.
They bring the home run jacket back, and
No, we're not bringing.
everything would be right.
You can do some other thing.
Imagine Otani in the home run jacket. That'd be my wallpaper. That'd be my phone wallpaper. But obviously, it's not gonna happen. But
Yeah.
that would have been my phone wallpaper. Otani in the home run jacket. Get Vladdy and Bo in the background. Oh, it'd been great.
Who do you think's gonna be who do you think's gonna be the biggest like who's most productive player on the Jays next year? We're talking about players right now.
Are we doing hitting or like batters or like pitching?
Hitting.
Hitting.
That's what we need. Hitting.
Well, I'd hope it'd be Varsho because I'm not a big Varsho fan right now. So I hope he steps it up. I think Varsho can have that big season. So I'm hoping Varsho. Vlad, obviously, always been a Vlad fan. So ever since he was the top prospect in the world. So yeah, I'd say Vlad and Varsho probably my top two. Wow, what's going on now?
I'm making sure to see if there's any tweets or something like that. So
Okay.
Otani is deferring 68 million of his 70 million Dodger salary each year. And fucking wild, man.
68.
Somebody tweeted
$68 million.
This feels like it should not be illegal in my opinion.
No.
Wild, man.
Dude, that's like 70% of McDavid's contract in 1 year he's getting.
Wild, man.
Him and McDavid, the top two athletes probably in North America. No, definitely the top two athletes in North America when Otani is healthy and pitching.
Well, McDavid is basically Otani's Gardner, like at this point, like
yeah,
in terms of like money, money, like wild, man, ridiculous.
$68 million, and he's not even going to be playing for that team. That is ridiculous. You may not even be playing at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, when his last 68 million pops up, he probably won't even be playing. Because that's
No, he
what
won't.
20 years from now, he would be like what 40, would be 45, 46.
No,
He's
so
not gonna be.
he's getting 2 million for his entire 10-year contract, and then wait,
No,
I'm
he's
pretty
getting
sure.
20 million. He's getting 20 million for his 10 years. He's supposed to be playing for them, and then the rest of the 680 million
Yeah,
is going to be after he's playing for him, or he's scheduled. Like he might resign, but like after his 10 years that he's like projected to play, he's going to get that 680 million after, which is like, I feel like that's even crazier than the 700 million in my opinion, just the
yeah,
overall
yes,
contract.
yes, it 100% is wild,
It's
man.
ridiculous.
Very ridiculous. All right. Well, I think that ends it off for today's episode of the Bleeding Blue podcast. Unless you got something else you wanted to add.
No,
Right.
I think we basically covered everything
Yeah.
about this
I mean,
OHTANI.
yeah. Leafs play tonight against Islanders. What is
Yep,
it?
they got a back to back.
Yeah.
They got a back to back against the Islanders and the Rangers. Then they got Thursday. We say they play Columbus on Thursday.
Wait, do they play tomorrow too?
Yeah, they got a back to back. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they got a busy week.
Yeah, because they've been missing a lot of games. They've been break off after the Sweden thing.
Yeah.
Sweden. Yeah, so they got the Islanders tonight in a couple minutes. They got the Rangers tomorrow. They got Blue Jackets at home on Thursday, which should be hopefully a win because there's two tough games coming up, and then we got Pittsburgh on Saturday, which always I love when the Leafs play Pittsburgh because it's Crosby.
Crosby, man.
Crosby, Malkin. The energy's always up when we play Pittsburgh, so
For sure.
I always like that. And then we got the Rangers again next Tuesday.
It'll be tough.
So we play the Rangers twice in a week, which will be
wild.
I love the Rangers too. Rangers, I love playing tough teams. Makes the games more interesting. So
All right.
I'm excited for this week coming up for the Leafs. Hopefully
right.
something happens with the Jays. Hopefully
Yes, hopefully by the next pod we have some trade talks or baseball talk to have that isn't just about fucking OHTANI leaving us.
Frick.
Damn. All right, guys. Cheers. Happy holidays. Have a good one. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Diwali. Whatever you celebrate, have a good one.